So Tony, let's start with you, with this amazing painting. When you were commissioned to create this work, Bernie Weber was still with us at that point, and you got to meet him. So tell us a little bit about how that came to be, how that came about, and your remembrance of Bernie Weber.
It started in 2000. I was approached by the Coast Guard Alumni Association through the class of '62. They were looking to do a project called the Historical Murals Project, and they wanted to depict moments from 1940 all the way up to 2001. One of the themes was the rescue of the Pendleton, and in 2003 I was approached by Commander Burkhart, who was spearheading the project, and he told me that they had some notes on what happened this night, and basically, can I make a painting of it? And I said, well, I would need some help with research, and they said, well, we have somebody named Bernie Weber, and he is pretty knowledgeable of the subject. So I said, well, how do we get in touch? And we ended up calling each other, emailing each other, and it took probably over a year and a half, and we became pretty much collaborators on creating this painting. It probably took about a year to really get all the notes on how this should look, the drawings. And I have a couple of books in the lobby which are copies of a scrapbook which I gave to Bernie as a kind of a souvenir of our working together, and it shows the sketches and how two people would actually create a painting like this. I couldn't have done it without Bernie, as you could imagine after seeing the movie. How would you imagine what that's like as an artist unless you were actually there, and that's how Bernie helped.
The scrapbook, if you haven't seen it, you should really take a look on the way out. He created his own sketches for you also, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a pretty good artist. He ended up looking at a sketch and then returning a sketch to me and pretty much showing me his view of the layout of how the 36-500 approached the Pendleton. Every one of his sketches always had details and notes. He was really meticulous about making sure that I got maybe the right set of the davits or how the Jacob's ladder would hang. And we actually had a kind of a mantra, and it was, we have to get it right. And Bernie pretty much really was right on with getting it right. That was our theme throughout the process.
He must have been thrilled to have, his greatest rescue memorialized in this way.
I'm sorry?
Was he thrilled to see the painting coming together?
Bernie actually told me something very special. He said that after the rescue and the years that followed, it wasn't all joy and fun. There was a lot of turmoil, and maybe him being the one that won a medal, maybe people were a little jealous or something. But it wasn't all fun and games, and when we worked on this painting, he got really excited about getting it right and leaving this painting behind, and expressed to me that it was probably the most enjoyable time relating to the 36-500 that he ever had, which really was special to me because, being friends with someone who had done something so spectacular, and then to realize he's a reluctant hero. He's not like somebody who would be bragging or talking about it in that kind of way. He was basically just doing his job. I think he thought right up to the time we were talking that it was literally a miracle. He never really thought it was just the boat that was, 36-500 was a great boat. And, his crew were great. He couldn't have done it without them, but he thought there was something special that night that brought them all back.